Okay, so we have right here our spline with effect on terrain applied. Next, what I want to do is look on other options. I'm going to right now bring down our terrain. You see how flat it is. We'll go on spline, and before I'm going edit, I just want point when we expand it. You'll notice right here on the spline we have our normals and we have our points. So we can modify it if we need this way, selecting directly from the world browsers, or we can go inside the edit object and we can work from here. So right here we have our terrain that we applied, and notice some effect on our road. They kind of increasing, so it's meaning if our terrain is low and a spline going above, the terrain will not just cut in a terrain will grow up to going directly to our spline. Okay, so if we want to modify our point, we need to go inside the points. Then we can bring them directly down, or we can select it and bring down by the click and realign. So let me go just bring all of them down. Again, how I know point before, we can go and modify by selecting in our splines, or we can go to the points. In some cases, maybe it will be easy from our world browser and modify this way. As well, you notice like right here when I modified, some normals is changed, so our curve kind of going up and down. So I can go again to the normals in and out on our curve and modifying this way as well. Okay, so let me adjusting right here. We have it in. And readjust point. Okay, so next we're creating our width. Next, what I want to do, it is a geometry effect. By enable this, it's add additional tab, geometry effect. This way we can easily create it any shape like roads, for example. Currently it was cutting through our terrain. So next what I want to do, I want to create actually look like a road. Right here you'll notice we have it options. Currently select tube. We have it the road, cobble or ribbon. So I'm going to select the road for this. And let's preview what we have at this point. So you can see right here we have our spline going. Okay. Where is it increasing, growing, and going through, and on the middle right here you can see it's add this shape of the road. We also can modify geometry. So currently if we have 15 meters, let's increase maybe to 12 meters. Let's make it much wider. We need also look on effect, and effect because it's about 12, I want at least keep it wider effect, so we'll set 20 effect on terrain. Okay, when we select it, for example road or any other tube or cable or other ones, we also can modify specific material for this by double time clicking, or we can go inside the material editor as well as right click and select edit material, and we can also preload it material by clicking on icon. It's allowed us change scale of materials if we want to apply it. Couple effect right here you can see we're going over our road, and reason is why, because our shape it's set to 20 meters, but it's maybe about 10 meters when it start cutting off. So we can go to effect, our filters, maybe move this a little bit more to the side, and we can remove this overlap right here. But again, you can create overlap of the terrain over road. For example, if you maybe want to snow kind of pile going over road in a winter, so you can have a creative approach to these filters. So geometry effect, let's go back to this. We have to width. We can also set height on our geometry. By default it's set to 3 meters, so let's put it 0.5. So we'll be going a little bit lower but more to the ground, which allow this terrain overlap. Also, we have the ability to load it filter to geometry presets. We can open and maybe pre-select some already created filter for this. And right here you can see it is applied to our geometry. So it's going different effect. Go to reset our filter. One thing you notice, because we have it now going from lower to high, so our geometry will increasing going to the end. I can go right click and modify geometry, add one more point. We can create constant in our geometry, so from beginning to end. Or for example, if I want road kind of disappear on a middle, maybe between mountains, I want to create this road like lower, maybe degrading, become less useful. So I'm going to create shape, and on the middle we have a normal road going right here on the middle, the road kind of shrinking, become older or whatever affecting, and it's go back to normal. So more effect on the mountain. You can affect geometry by using the filters as well. We have a Z twist, it's on the side. By default it's generating automatically. You can always modify it, and this has allowed you to create this band effect or other effect based what you're going after. By default, if you're creating road, I do recommend just keep it on a Z twist, or you can modify it manually if you're interested. You can also apply with the geometry. It can work very nicely. You can go select the tube, for example, and create the tunnels inside the road. One thing, if you're more interested on geometry and how splines work, I do recommend for you to check our tutorials where we have a different type of the project by using spline, by creating tunnels, rivers, and other effect. So you can see variety, how you can utilize this tool to create much easier and more creative terrains.